it's Lynette with Charm Grammy Crochet, and welcome to my yarn room today. Yep, I'm actually in the yarn room. I thought it would be a nice place to work while I'm putting away the yarn that I brought home from vacation. I know I've showed it to you. I put it in a room where Roy's going to be recovering. My husband is having his second knee replaced in about 10 days. And I brought this yarn home and I threw it in that room and said, I need to find a place to put it. Well, I only have like 3 days off in the next 10 days before his surgery. I worked this morning. I came home and took a nap. And we found a place to put some shelves in the landing going up to our attic, which at one point was going to be my yarn room, but at the attic. And I like decked it out a little bit, like organized it so I could film up there, which I did do a couple of times. But the bottom line is, it's a long way up. I live in an old colonial. It's up and up and up. And by the time I get up there, I'm exhausted and my knee is hurt. And I don't want to go up there to look for my yarn. It's like too much like work. This room is this very small room. Not really much bigger than that landing. I'm going to put some yarn in. Nah, it is. But the ceiling does this in the landing. And it's going to be a real tight squeeze. It's only going to be a temporary place for this yarn. But it'll get it up out of that room so that he doesn't have to be too surrounded with yarn. There's already yarn in there that's going to stay. There was yarn in there when he recuperated in there last time. There's going to be a little bit more yarn in there this time. I'm sorry to say for him. Maybe I can get some of it out. I don't know. But the yarn that's new to me, the newest yarn to me, is going to be hopefully mostly in this, it's on the other side of this wall. So let's get started. Thanks for joining me. I'm not going to go over great details with the yarn. I got some loops and thread number 7 because my granddaughter Chloe, who y'all met if you've been around for a while, you've met her in the past. She has a boyfriend, and for his birthday, which was in December, she didn't want me to get him anything for his birthday, and you know, she said, you don't need to get him anything, you don't need to get him anything, but I really wanted to. So she said, you know, make him a blanket. And I bought this yarn when we were on vacation. He wants a Grammy blanket, which I think is so awesome. Blue is his favorite color, and this is a bluish color. So I bought 8 of these, hoping that they will fit in this. Just temporarily. They're very big and bulky. There's only like 23 yards on a skein. It is really, really soft. But this is about the size of the yarn that I bought, or that I received when I made that hand-knitted blanket. And I went to a class for that. Now this is Loops and Threads color Periwinkle, I think it says. Yeah, Periwinkle. And I had bought some other 7-weight yarn, but it's not nearly this thick. And I'm like, that ain't working. So I'm really glad that I picked this up. I hope that it's enough. But it's Loops and Threads, so it's from Michael's. I can get more of it if I need to. And I'm really glad that I got it when it was on sale, because if you've been around for even a minute, you know I don't like to buy yarn unless it's like on a really good sale. And this was on sale, plus you got 25% off, additional to the sale price. So that was a pretty good deal, don't you think? I bought 8 of them because it was, that was like, I think it was like buy 4, get 1 free, and then you got an extra 25% off, or something to that effect. So I'm hoping that it will be enough. And you know, it's yarn, it's really squishy. If I don't have enough, I can order or get more of it, and that might be what I have to do. But making the hand-knitted blanket, oh look at this, it is fitting in here, really. Look at how easy and squishy it's, look at that. That's working out really well. And I'll just set these last 2 on top. Now when I make the hand-knitted blanket, I'm not really going to do a tutorial, it's not my thing, but one of my subscribers was telling me they were making a blanket out of this basket out of this yarn, this weight of yarn, really thick and plush like this. And they sewed the ends together. There's a thick string in there, and she just used a needle and thread and sewed it to the really thick string that holds the fluffies together. It's seamless. You can't even tell. Yeah, it's an extra step. Took a little bit longer. But I'm going to try that, because on my hand knitted blanket in my dining, that's on my couch, the knots are big. The woman said cut them close, and I left maybe this long of a tail, and they pop out everywhere. She cut hers where you couldn't see the tail. I'm like, that's going to come apart. And it doesn't weave in very easily. So for Matt's blanket, I think I'm going to sew them together. And so let's see if I can find, well, this one doesn't have an end sticking out, and I'm not pulling those out of there. But there's like a thick thread in there, and you can, she said, just sew that thread with some other thread, and you can't even tell that there's a seam. So I'm excited to try that, and that's what I'm going to do. Now this, perfect yarn storage for this yarn. Look at that. Oh, I couldn't be more excited. I have more big yarn that I ordered, and I found, let's see, I'm going to just pause one moment. Oh, hit the right button. I found I have been saving these, they're like mattress pad bags and blanket, when you buy quilts and whatever, bags. And I've been saving them. And I'm thinking I'm going to stick that other blanket yarn in these, because they're big and bulky. So I'm hoping that they'll fit in there. But I think most of those are still downstairs, because I'm making some ammies with them. Ammies are so popular, made out of blanket yarns. I watch these YouTube videos, and these ladies are just making tons and tons and tons of amigurumis and taking them to craft shows and making a killing on these, and there's like, oh yeah, it took me half an hour to make 10 of these. I'm like, really? Wow. Do I have any desire to do that? Maybe this much. Just, yeah. Because I think it would be fun to set up a craft fair, go to a craft fair and have everybody oohing it out, oh, ooh, oh, how cute, over all the little ammies that are just so adorable, because I think it's exciting to see people being excited over yarn and things made with yarn. I can't see that I could make a plushie even out of blanket yarn. I mean, I literally watched a girl yesterday said, oh, it takes me about 10 minutes to make this little whale. Like, or whatever. It's, it was only this big out of blanket yarn. I'm like, I don't get it. It would take me at least probably an hour. So to me, I don't see how I would ever find it profitable, but I would find it fun to work it and see people be excited over the yarny things. So that's that much. I would love to see the excitement. Setting up, tearing down, and storing all of the things to make the craft, to show at the craft fair. Oh my God, I don't have any desire to do that. Do you? Do you guys do craft fairs? Or do you just go to them? That's me. I like to go. So I have, next in these bags, I have these Caron, what are they called? Caron Goes, Ogos. And I'm debating, do I want to leave them like this? In the Ogo. I don't know where to put them if I leave them like this, because this takes up, I mean, I know they were saying they're supposed to be easy to work from. This is the only, I think, Ogo that I have, is what Nancy gave me here. So I have never worked from one, but they're supposed to be, I think, easy to work from. But I think they're bulky for storing it. Now, this is the Caron Ogo Halo Colorama. I have, and I've been wanting to compare them. This is the actual Caron. Oh, I thought these were actually latte cakes, but they're not. So these colors should probably match really well. And they do. So I have 2 of these, and if I cake these, how does this cake, how well? Does anybody know, before I pull them apart, does this cake up very easily? I'm thinking I could see this not caking up really easy. I don't know, because I'm thinking they would be better if I could get them into cakes and put them in a bag than to leave them like this. I don't know. I'm going to put these, I have a basket over here. I'm going to put these in the basket because I can leave them like this. I can read your comments and find out if it's a good idea to cake them. I'm thinking it's going to be a lot of work for nothing. So, hold on a second. I'm going to put these back over here because I got to empty the bags that they're in. Because I can't get anything put away if... Well, most of this stuff actually is in bags. Now that I'm looking at it, I forgot about that. Okay, so this is not in a bag. Now, if you'll recall, I have these. And I think I'm going to make a wrap out of these because they're beautiful. Maybe a summer sweater or summer sweatshirt. Not sweatshirt, sweater, yeah. A summer top. I like to wear bright colors, see? So, I don't know. I'm going to put these aside. I only have the 2. I don't want them to get lost in the room. So these are going to get put aside. My Stenley, it's so gorgeous. These are all from Nancy, so thank you so much. This needs to go in the other room where I have all the 1-weight yarns. And I'm going to set this aside, I think, in there as well. So I have a bag. All the yarn that I got from the little yarn shop we went to, it's crinkly, is all in this bag. It should go in my Coke bottle. But it's all bagged really nice, and it's not going to fit in the Coke bottle the way that it's bagged up in little packages, because the Coke bottle stuff doesn't fit that way. And the Coke bottle is pretty full. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I have in my other room, the room Roy's going to recover in, a big Coke bottle display that I found. And it's shaped like a Coke bottle. And I found it in a in a yard sale. And I bought it for like $2. And it's taller than me. It's really cool. So all of this other stuff in here. I don't know that I'll fit it on these shelves. The stuff that's like this is 4-weight, and I have an entire shelf of variegated and marled 4-weights back here on this wall. I don't think these are going to fit. And like I have all my DKs, they're all pretty tightly in there. So regardless, I think I'm just going to put those up on that shelf. And I think then the only, oh, so then she gave me these. Which need to go on the, you know, the Coke bottle. And then I have these Caron cakes. Coconut cakes that I bought in the neutral color, just because neutral cottons always need that. That can go on a shelf over here. So let's get these in a bag. I'm trying to see, yeah, they'll fit. I can fit them in. I'm looking. I think the Caron cakes, these look bigger than some of my other Caron cakes. These are the bags that I use. I know they're crinkly, I'm sorry. These are from Spartan Industries. I think there's 200 in here. Yeah, 200, and they're 12 by 15. They're called clear self-seal bags. I get them from Amazon. I think I pay about $20 for 20 of them, or for 200 of them. Temu sells bags like this as well. I believe theirs are, that's where Nancy gets her bags. Nancy from She's Got Yarn Too. And her bags, I think, are a little thinner from what I've seen, you know, when I was at her house. I think these Spartan industrial bags are a little bit thicker. I think I could fit 4, but I only have 3. Why didn't I buy 4? They would have fit in there. And then stacked up really nice. Yep. Oh, I have a comfy cotton. Look at this. I can put this one in. Because he was loose. And then it'll fill out the bag really nice. And that will be great. I like to put the same yarns in the same bag first. And that doesn't work like this one. Something similar, something, you know, like the one left over, like this comfy cotton. So then the bag will be nice and full, and I can shove it in over here. Hold, please. Okay, so let me show you what we have done. Let me turn you around. Look at that. No mess on the floor. I did not use those bags there yet. Let's see, right there. Because that yarn is still downstairs to be worked on. But here's the yarn I am going to use for the blanket. And hold on. So this room used to be out to like here with bags of yarn that are now put away. So that's my cook bottle. There's where all my crochet books go. And these are the new shelves and the yarns that I put on them. That I got a couple of weeks ago before I went on vacation. And I brought Nancy one of those shelves, and I just think they're perfect. Now, when Roy is recovering in here, his chair will go in this area. And this, it's on wheels, as you can see, will roll, and it'll squeeze in this corner. We'll move the shelf here next to his chair. So he'll use the tabletop part of it, and another table, folding table, on the other side of his chair, and he will live in a recliner for a couple weeks until he can get back into the bed. But this is where he'll stay, and he's going to have to share that corner with my yarn. Now, in my defense, the Coke bottle sat in that corner the last time he was in here. So it's not really that much of an intrusion on his space. So that's that. And then, hold on again. This is the landing going up to my upstairs attic. And we put some shelves there. So I still have room on the top for the yarn that's in the base, or in the downstairs. And there's a little bit of space there. I have more shelves to this unit. But as you can see, the ceiling turns. It's at an angle. And they didn't fit. So, but yay. I think this is going to work out great for a temporary solution. When Roy is done recovering, then this shelf is going to go where his chair is going to sit. So,